mistake. I was not a very good student. I signed up for Russian class one time thinking it was Spanish, and it took me 4 classes before I realized, I don't think this is Spanish. So we're gonna have to leave. The teacher, who was hot as fuck, she stopped me, she goes, don't go anywhere. I need to teach this class when I get my master's, so if you sit back down, you don't have to do anything. Hang on one second. Is my daughter here? Okay. She's never heard this story. My wife would not let her hear this story. Okay. You don't have to put a camera on her, I'm just checking. Can you hear it okay, George? Can you hear it okay? Stand over here. I love you. She's never heard this story, so this is cool. No, there's no this side. Yeah, this is paying for college for her, so I think it's cool. I signed up for Russian class thinking it was Spanish, and it took me 4 classes before I realized I don't think it was Spanish. The teacher, her name's Kendra. I was talking to her on the phone the other day. I hung out with her again. She looks really good. She's going through a divorce. She said to me, she goes, don't go anywhere, I need to teach this class. If you just sit back down, you don't have to do anything all semester, and I will just give you a C. I was like, Strasbourgia, bitches, I'm back! So I took Russian 1, 2, 3, and 4, never learned a fucking word. Russian 4 was taught in Russian. Do you have any idea what it's like to go to a class every single day and just sit there like an immigrant at the DMV, like... And Russian 4, same teacher pulls me aside. She goes, we're taking a trip to Russia. If you go, you'll get a minor. I was like, hold on, you know I can't read, speak, write, or understand the language. She was like, I am fucking well aware of that. She goes, it doesn't matter. Look, with all the classes you've taken, and the ones you will take, if you go, you'll get a minor. I was like, shit, that's all you had to say. Let's go to Russia and fuck some minors. So, no, this is back when you could do that. So, I'm joking. You could fuck minors. There was a time, I mean, really. Mom's grandfather, Papa and Granny, that was the minor situation. Crazy. She was like 13 when they started dating. And you hear the story now and you're like, I think? Ooh. Anyway. Sorry, I'm okay, anyway. What am I doing? So we went to Russia. In 1995. This is when the mob ran everything. And they told us on our first night, they're like, we have paid off the mafia to keep you safe. I'm in the back of the class going, this trip just got fucking awesome. They pull out these 2 dudes, they go, these are our banditi. They're gonna live with us. That's a Russian word for gangster. They're gonna live with us, they're gonna walk us to class, walk us back from class, take you on field trips. Don't speak to them. They're in the mafia. And I was like, they're gonna be my best fucking friends. So the first night, I grabbed a bottle of vodka and a 6-pack of Baltica, which is their beer, and I planned a sentence. I was gonna say, здравствуйте, меня зовут Bert, очень приятно, я работаю кошка. Which means, hello, my name's Bert, very nice to meet you. I work pussy. Sorry. Kind of, it really means I work with cats. I swear to God. But if I did this, they'd be like, oh, okay. It doesn't matter, because the second the door opens and I'm face to face with a real Russian gangster with the wife beater and the tattoos with the track pants and the cigarette, and he looks me up and down and just goes, Stop. I just panicked. And everything I planned on saying flooded out of my head, and all I said to him in Russian, in his doorway was, I am the machine. laughing hysterically. Grabs me, walks me in a room full of 9 Russian gangsters, all drinking and smoking, and just goes, "Stop! Tell them what you said." I have no idea what I said. I'm just like, what the fuck did I say? I don't know. I'm shitting my pants, but I'm like, fuck it. I just look at him and I go, "I'm the machine!" They look at me, look at each other, and they're like, "Fuck it, he's the machine!" And I became the machine, and they fucking loved me. They loved me because I drank shot for shot with them all night long. And all I knew how to say in the language was, "I'm the machine!" And I fuck cats. Anyway, here's the other thing that's interesting. This is a little, just because it's my daughter's show, I'll tell it longer. What's also amazing about this is that they had never seen any of the movies that we grew up on. So anytime I needed a joke, I just reached into a bag called Caddyshack quotes. And I was the funniest man. I remember the second night I partied with them, I put on Igor, that's the guy that answered the door, I put on his jacket and in Russian said, "Fat guy and a little girl." They are crying laughing. They're like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Igor stands up, he goes, "He's the fucking machine!" So, Igor's my best friend. We did everything together. We ran a pool hall scam, we stole a boat. Do you remember that game? Do you remember that game we played in pool where I put 2 balls in every pocket? That's what Igor and I played, yeah. So, it's just, it's a real story, so I thought I'd share it. One night, the whole class takes an overnight train trip to Moscow. And Igor tells me, he goes, "I can't go." I said, "Why not?" He goes, "Different mafia runs train, different mafia runs Moscow." I was like, "Well, what's that mean for me?" He's like, "Don't worry, I do set up banditi, they'll take care of you." Sure enough, we get to the train station, and he introduces me to my 2 new gangsters, Igor and Igor. And he's like, "Guys, this is the machine. If you give the machine vodka, you'll have a great time." And the bigger the 2 Igors, looks like a kid on Christmas. He's like, "Oh, I can't wait to play with the machine." He grabs me and he goes, "The machine sits in first class." I'm like, "That's what I'm fucking talking about." We go to first class, it is pimped out. There's booze, there's food, and here's the real gangster part. The second the train takes off out of the station, everyone that works on the train comes in to pay their respects. The fucking conductor walks in. The train is moving. Comes in, looks at me, rips off the stars and stripes to his shirt, places it on my lap and goes, "This is a present for the machine. It would be an honor to do a shot of vodka with the machine." I'm 22 years old. 22 years old thinking, just shitting my pants going, "Oh, these machine stories might have gotten out of control." We drink all the booze in an hour. Big Igor stands up. He goes, "Machine." We go to the bar cart to get more vodka. I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm in the mob. I'll do whatever the fuck I want." We roll to the bar cart like a big dick in the locker room. Just not that I've ever been that guy, but I've seen it. He's getting to the bar cart and he says to me in Russian, he goes, "Machine, go behind the bar and grab bread." In Russian, and I just start moving and I go, "Wait, I understood him. I'm learning. I'm learning the language my way, not through flashcards and textbooks, but by joining the mafia." I'm behind the bar like, "Igor, I know what you said." He's like, "Good for you, machine. Can the machine find cheese?" And I was like, "Sir, cheese, I got it, give me another one." He's like, "Grab vodka." I was like, "I already know that one, give me another one." He's like, "Grab the money." I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "Grab the fucking money." And I realized at that instant, we're robbing the bar cart. And I'm the one doing it, hooked on phonic style. I grab the shit, walk out, 2 of my classmates see me and they're like, "You're in so much fucking trouble." Go back to our first class cabin, and within 5 minutes, the head chaperone of this train trip, not the whole trip, just this train trip, she was an English teacher who did not speak Russian. She swings our first class cabin door open with that liberal arts confidence. "This shit is fucking over. You're done, mister. Stand up right now. Get up. Both of you. You're coming with me. This is done. Igor looks at me so fucking confused. Smiles, takes a big sip of vodka, spits it in her eyes and goes, no one talks to the machine like that. Shuts the door in her face, looks at me and he goes, fuck that bitch, this is Russia. He's like, don't throw the machine when it gets dark, we have a good time. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing when it's dark? Reaches into his pocket, pulls out a ring of keys and he goes, we're robbing the whole fucking train.
Robbing the whole train.
Alright, this is the most interesting part of the story, George, by far, okay? And I've heard this story a lot. Remember when we were redoing the house? Okay, I've been fired from Travel Channel. I was supposed to do a comedy festival and I got pulled off. Tommy was doing it. Mom wanted me to get a vasectomy, that we didn't share that with you. Just saying there's a lot on my plate, okay? Girls, dad's getting a vasectomy. So, and I posted this, it was after Christmas, December 27th, and I posted this on Facebook. I didn't think anyone was gonna see it. And that night, we got in bed and my wife, Leanne, said, hey boy, no, I'm kidding. How bad, am I doing her accent really bad? She's like, She said, she goes, I think your story's going viral. And I went, really? And she goes, 20,000 people saw it. I was like, that's not a lot. She goes, I know, but 15,000 people shared it. And I was like, oh, I forgot. You don't know how to work the internet. And the next morning, I woke up, and she was sitting crisscross applesauce in our bed with a cup of coffee and her phone, and she said, don't know how to work the internet? Flipped her phone around, and she goes, 3 million people saw your story last night, dickhead. And I was like, what the fuck? And we watched it. I think this is important to share a little bit. This is why, and we watched it grow. It's at 85 million views right now. Here's why that happened. I remember, not to get too into the weeds on this, but I remember every dad and mom will know when times are tough and money's weird and you don't know what's gonna happen, and that's where I was. And then that story went viral, and it changed my life. And I wanna say it changed, but hold on, it's because of you. Because you guys shared it. You shared that. You shared that story. You shared that story, but here's what's interesting about that. So when you shared it, the way the algorithm on Facebook worked at the time was that the first comment that would show up under the video on your page was the top comment from my page. And by the way, just real quick, thank you for sharing that video. It changed my life.
We love you!
But the first comment that would show up on your page was the top comment from my page, one that most people interacted with. The top comment from my page was left by a woman named Kristen Hodgson, who lives in Minnesota. I know a great deal about her now. Her comment read, I swear to God, her comment read, I was in Bert's Russian class. I was on this trip. This story is 100% true. He fucking robbed us. And then she tagged everyone in my class. Sometimes you gotta rob motherfuckers.
Sometimes you gotta rob.
We robbed everyone. Yeah, and then we drank hard as fuck. We pulled into Moscow fucking wasted. Top 5 drunkest I've ever been in my life without throwing up. What's number 1, Bert? My wedding, thanks for asking. I have a joke about that, but I can't tell it because she's in the room. So, no. have sex with my wife, and it took me 15 minutes to realize she was wearing tights. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Such a horrible fucking parent. We pulled to Moscow. I am fucking wasted. We are the top 5 drunks I've ever been. Train stops, sun's up, door opens. Same teacher, not mad. Curious, right? Looks at me, smiles, and goes, I want to be the one to tell you. They've alerted the police. And I look out and I see all the cops, 2 cops talking to my whole class. They're in their pajamas, they're upset, they've been robbed. I get it. Big Igor looks at me, totally unfazed. He goes, don't worry, I speak to police for both of us. And I was like, oh, great, not the representation I was looking for. He walks out to the cops who are taking a fucking statement, grabs one by the arm, spins him around, and just goes, fuck you! We fuck you in the mouth! We fuck you in the ass! I'm like, stop the fucking we shit! I'm not fucking anybody. Like, I'll definitely hold him down. I'm not gonna. So. Now the cop's just staring at me and I hear him bark out, "Paydiom, which I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound like, you're okay, stay there. I walk to the cop, who's standing in front of the class I just robbed, next to the gangster I robbed them with. All I'm thinking is, this isn't how I plan on spending my second junior year. I get 5 steps from the cop, looks impatient as fuck. He takes 2 big steps, grabs me by the arm, spins me away from my class, away from Igor, gets right in my face and goes, so, I understand you're the machine, huh? Tonight you party with us. I was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? He goes, tonight you party with us. Do you like strip clubs? I was like, fuck you, I like strip clubs. I was like, wait, I'm not in trouble? And he gets so close to me, I can smell his morning cigarette. And he goes, no. Fuck that bitch, this is Russia.
Ladies and gentlemen,